Have you ever been doing absolutely nothing, and then your body remembers something your mind wanted buried? A joke that died in a silent room, and you felt the air leave your body. Your voice cracking in front of everyone when you wanted to sound confident. Waving at somebody who was looking past you. Sending the message to the wrong person and realizing it 1 second too late. Tripping in public and pretending it did not happen while your soul left your body. Suddenly, your stomach drops, like an elevator cable just snapped. Your face gets hot, your shoulders tense. Sometimes you whisper no to an empty room like you can still undo it. Sometimes you physically cringe like the scene is live again and everyone is watching. And the worst part is how fast it arrives, like it was waiting behind the door. No warning, no reason, just one tiny flash. And now you are reliving a moment from 5 years ago in full emotional detail. Or 10. Or something so small nobody else should remember it. But your nervous system clearly does. But your body reacts like it matters, like danger just walked back into the room. Why does that happen? Why does your brain keep opening files you never asked to see, especially when life is quiet? And why are the memories almost always social, almost always humiliating, almost always public? Not your best day, not your proudest moment, the awkward one, the humiliating one, the one that still makes your chest tighten years later for reasons you cannot explain. That pattern is not random, and the reason is stranger than most people think, because it reaches far beneath personality. Your brain is not replaying those moments because it enjoys hurting you, or because it wants drama. It is replaying them because it thinks they still contain a lesson that could save you later. A survival lesson. Because for most of human history, being rejected by the group was not a small problem or a passing mood. It could cost belonging, protection, food, a future. So the brain learned to treat social pain like a warning signal it should never fully ignore. Not just emotional pain, survival pain. Embarrassment may feel small now, but to older parts of the mind, it can still sound like exile, exposure, and loss of safety. That is why the memory does not return like a photograph you can calmly observe. It returns like an alarm. Your pulse changes, your muscles contract, your mind tries to rewrite the scene so the next version of you will be harder to shame. Say this instead: do not stand there. Never make that mistake again. This is also why the memories are often weirdly specific, almost absurdly zoomed in. Not your whole school year. Just the second you mispronounced a word. Not the whole relationship. Just the one text that felt too eager. Not your entire life. Just the 10 seconds that made you feel exposed. The brain zooms in on the moment where status felt fragile and belonging felt unstable, because that is the part it wants to study. It is asking one question over and over: how do we stop this from happening again? But here is the trap. The more ashamed you feel about the memory, the more important your brain thinks it is to keep. So it tags it harder, replays it faster, and brings it back at random, especially when you are quiet and no new input is drowning it out. In the shower, in bed, on the train, while brushing your teeth. When the noise drops, the old file gets louder because there is room for it again. That does not mean you are broken. It means your mind is still trying to protect your place in the world, even with terrible timing. Clumsily, repeatedly, sometimes cruelly, but protect you all the same. And there is another reason these memories linger, and it cuts a little deeper. Embarrassment attacks identity. It does not just say that was awkward. It whispers, this is who you are, and that is why the pain feels personal. Not graceful, not smooth, not safe to admire. That is why one small memory can feel bigger than it should, heavier than it should, sharper than it should. It is touching the fear beneath the scene. The fear that other people saw the real you and judged it, filed it away, and never forgot. But most people are not replaying your mistake at 3 in the morning with perfect detail. They are busy replaying their own. The line they regret. The laugh that landed wrong. The name they forgot. The fall. The silence. The version of themselves they still wish nobody had seen, even if nobody else remembers. So when the cringe hits out of nowhere, maybe the message is not, you are pathetic, or broken, or doomed. Maybe the message is only this. Your brain once marked this moment as socially dangerous and keeps checking the file. And it never learned that you survived it. You are not weird for remembering. You are human for flinching. And maybe peace begins the moment you stop asking, why am I like this? And stop fighting the flinch itself. And start seeing the deeper question, what was my mind trying to protect? Because the memory may not be proof that something is wrong with you or ruined inside you. It may be proof that some part of you still wants to keep you safe, even if it learned the wrong method, even now.